Hey everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear. We've got some paint to look at today. So we have the whole lineup from Valken in front of us. We're going to look at all of them. There's 7 different balls. Talking about them a little bit, kind of give you the different levels of ball that they do provide. So starting from this orange one, which is my right, probably your left. This is Infinity over here. Then we have Echo. Then we have Fate, Crusade, Graffiti, Redemption, and Redemption Pro. I almost got lost in there. Forgot which one was which. So that's going from least expensive to most expensive over here. And that's going to range from about $39 all the way up to $75. So we'll start with the Infinity. The Infinity, for me, has always been a good shooting ball. It shoots straight and it shoots consistent, and you won't have any problems shooting it through your gun. Drawbacks to it, or the downside to the Infinity, is that it's a very hard ball, and the fill in it is kind of just meh, it's just so-so. It's thin, it's not very bright or vibrant, and it's kind of like just a kind of a muted color. There's not much pop to it or wow to it, but it shoots good. So I mean, that's up to you, however you want to do it. I think these are $39 a case. You can't go wrong with $39 paint that is going to shoot well. You might get some bounces. Your splats not be the prettiest, but it's going to shoot well. So for practice paint, it's perfect. Moving up to the next one, this is our Echo. This is kind of along their Milsim line or their scenario line. Hard shell, good seams, a little bit of striping to the ball just to give it a little bit of different flair. Color on the inside is good. You can see that it is thick, and it's a bright color. Now, it's obviously not as bright as some of the other stuff we've got sitting next to it, but at $45 a case, I think, yeah, $44.95, it's a good choice ball. Good for shooting through branches, bushes, things like that. But this is it's from their scenario side line. The next one, the one next to it, is the Fate, which would kind of be their tournament style version of this one, or their tournament player style, or airball player, speedball player, whatever you want to call it, players that aren't playing scenario ball. This is the Fate, same kind of setup with it, solid color ball, good fill on the inside. It's not as thick as we do see in the Echo here. So you can see that's got a really good scoop to it. So the Fate is a little bit thinner right there, but good amount of paint per ball, and not nearly any kind of what we're getting over here. So for $5 more, you get a better fill with a brighter color, and a little bit, it's still about the same kind of shell. Same shell strength, just better fill, more fill, brighter color on the inside. We make the next jump up to the Crusade here. It's a pretty big leap in ball. You go from $44 to like $54, and there's a noticeable difference in there. The shells have the metallic finish to them. They're two-tone. Seams are really nice, consistently round, and bright colors on the inside. So bright pink on the inside, nice and thick on the inside too. But the shell is still a pretty strong shell. If you were to, when I put these out here, on this particular ball, if you poke a hole in it or cut it and then squeeze it, it just kind of squashes down. It doesn't shatter or break or anything like that. So it's a very strong shell, but doesn't really blow up when it hits something. But it's a straight shooter, good fill on the inside of it. Moving up to the next one, going from the Crusade, which is 54, to the Graffiti, which is 59. Big jump in shell again. Very, very round shells. These are probably one of the roundest shells that I see from this level and up on paint. It's a very brittle shell. It's hard when it's together, but as soon as it cracks and breaks, it will break into a bunch of pieces. So it really, once it hits something and it shatters, it'll come apart into a bunch of pieces, giving a good spread of paint on the outside. And then we've got a good fill to it. This almost feels like that kind of waxy fill. Once this dries a little bit, how it kind of actually turns into like a weird dry waxy paste. Kind of has that consistency to it. But a good ball, shooting this, you're going to shoot straight and great all day long. Next step up is Redemption. Redemption, I love to shoot. I think is one of the best shooting paints that's out there. Always shoots straight, always shoots consistent. Good shell construction, brittle ball, so it shatters well when it hits things, and the fill in it is nice and thick. Actually, you can see I got a little bit of shell in there when I dropped that down there. You can see how it cracked apart like that when I was trying to get the paint out of it. Didn't just mush down like a taco shell or I don't know, like a dried balloon or something like that, or an empty balloon. Good fill, bright colors on it, and great ball. Redemption is a great shooting paint. Next one up is Redemption Pro. Redemption Pro is the highest level brand that they make. It shoots well. It's got a thinner fill for me inside of it, but it does have a brighter fill color to it. Personally, I like the fill on the Redemption better. I dropped some on there. But Redemption Pros are their highest level ball. Supposed to have the best seams, the most consistently round, and the brightest. Not necessarily the thickest fill, because I can see here that, and I know from experience that I think the Redemption has a thicker fill to it, but this is that tournament yellow that everybody shoots at their high-end ball. So picking any one of these is going to be a great ball. Personally, my favorite, Redemption, can't go wrong. I think it shoots awesome. One of the best shooting paintballs out there. So again, to recap what we have here, we've got Infinity, we've got Echo, we've got Fate, we've got Crusade, Graffiti, Redemption, and Redemption Pro. They're all available through the website, so check for color and brand availability and order yours now through ansgear.com.